Okay, I'm being totally serious here. Totally. Even though it may be hard to believe. But I'm wondering, is this alchemy? You know, fire is the element, cleansing, purification. Aura, biofield, same thing. This field's electrical and magnetic. It's electromagnetic. And tiny particles of metals can get caught up in electromagnetic fields, as we know. You've seen the metal filings around a magnet before and whatnot. The same thing happens in a much finer scale, I believe, with electrical signals and nanoparticles. But nanoparticles being their individual wavelengths of the same wavelength particle size will have a north and a south arrangement on them, and they will automatically line up in strands. If you can follow what I'm saying, like little magnets, they will just line up in a row, and so they will really create hairs, right? Tiny nanoscale fibers that are, too small to see. In theory, right? Because I don't think it's been admitted to about how this works. I'm just going on my own Morgellons research and stuff, right? But this is like, if there is a biofield and it can be affected by tuning forks and vibration and frequency, then the element of fire in and of itself is definitely a factor in the real world. I don't know how to describe it. It's really hard to say what I'm trying to say. But when I think of it as alchemy, I'm like, the idea that your aura, your biofield is not a real thing is ridiculous. It really is. And the tuning forks really do work through, areas of blockage, I think, as Eileen McCusick says in her videos, and a lot of other people seem to confirm. I haven't actually been privy to use them yet, but I do mess with tones and things. But I've also been checking out the Biofield videos and information from Sabrina Wallace. And, I kind of, I can feel in the areas, it kind of freaks me out sometimes, which is she'll be with her forearms and things. She didn't say what she's doing. She's just doing this, yoga type, whatever, tuning of her biofield, I guess. And, it has to do with her forearms and things. And that's where I had some of the worst Morgellons issues, was my forearms. I talked about it before, and they would get swollen, and this would vaporize something off of them, and the swelling would go down. And it has nothing to do really with wanting to, the hair or anything that would be there, because it does burn off, but it grows back, and what it gets down to is this fiber layer that I can feel. It effervesces off of the surface of my skin as it burns. And it doesn't burn me, but I can tell where my skin has a little discoloration underneath, and that's kind of infected there, and it's kind of a slight infection, and it exists down close to the bone or something, it's in the fascia, right, in your connective tissues. That's where it gets this darkness there, and that's kind of the predecessor to liver spots or something, I would think. Which is no bueno either. Or the big snaky, veins that are coming up, people's foreheads and stuff down to their eyeball and shit. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's right. It looks like a fucking vril worm, if you ask me. So anyway, I'm getting off point. Biofield. We have a biofield. I get a lot of the Morgellons issues where I've had injuries, that broke my neck, but it messed up my collarbone, my sternum, the other side of my neck, my shoulder, all the way around. My head just rolled around, and when I was 13, and it did a lot of damage. And I didn't go to the doctor or anything, but I just shook it off, right? But that's been a big issue. Well, where there's an injury seems to be where the fibers I'm talking about, the nanofibers that I believe are present under the skin, which is leading to the infection condition and look. And Morgellons is associated with a lot of infection. You get a cut, it just won't heal at all. It'll just cut on and it just stays that way. You're like, okay, it should start healing, but it doesn't. That's from the infection under the skin. It's like it's constantly infecting your lymph fluids, blocking them, really. I noticed I didn't sweat as much, and I noticed the hair didn't grow as far down on my ankles and stuff over time, and these just seemed small things at the time, and I'm like, that it all ties in. Like, the toxins weren't leaving my body anymore because this overgrowth of whatever, the candida overgrowth of the Morgellons, fake skin, whatever you want to call it, sealing it in. Well, anyway, that's a metal, it's antenna, it's overriding the biofield or interweaving with it to merge with your own electromagnetic field of your body, so that when you're in the city, when you're in the Wi-Fi range, you're not just with a phone that goes 5 bars, you got 5 bars too on your person. So, on the Internet of Things, right? What I was wondering, is this, let me get back to my point. Is this alchemy? I'm using an element. I'm using it in a manner for purification, and it may be kind of funny or goofy or stupid or whatever you want to think to take it in a literal way, but I'm literally purifying with fire my aura, which is a thing from your chakras. You have chakras are your glands through your body, and each one is, think of a gland as like a liquid, a sack filled with liquid. And you know how liquid vibrates. So whatever the sack is shaped like, whatever the state of the liquid that's in it, and the electrical charge and all that stuff determines its resonance. That's kind of how I think of the chakras. And they all kind of, since they're all in your body, they all kind of work together somehow. I don't claim to know all that shit. But I can feel when something's out of place, and I know my heart one has been kind of, it's like a tension I can feel on the skin, and when I feel that tension, there's that, stuff there to be burned off always. Yeah. So, I'm just trying to define, what it is I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what I believe that it's affecting, because it's not, my imagination that doing this has, basically saved my life. This is just one of the things, this is like the third thing I came to that worked. The first thing really being grounding and mud bath tub, and that's when first time I started feeling better. It was after that, so I got to stick with those things. And then the second thing was the methyl alcohol. Not drinking it, of course, Shut this off because this is really flammable, right? And it's also really pure alcohol, and it has a large carrying capacity for particulate, especially for nano things and crystals. I know about this because a long time ago I saw these guys cook meth, and this is what they used to extract the ephedrine from the pills. Pour this in there, and it would absorb the ephedrine into it. Even though the ephedrine was a powder, it would absorb into the alcohol, because this alcohol has a very large carrying capacity, and it also is exothermic with water. So when you mix it with water, it gets hot. So when you put it on a person, the moisture that's in your skin or whatever is going to react with the alcohol, and then it gets quite hot. and draws even more out. Actually, it's really, really good on the skin. People would tell me, "Oh, it's gonna dry out your skin," or light yourself on fire. I could light myself on fire. I haven't done that yet, thank God. But it doesn't dry out my skin. What it does is pull the infected freaking look out of it, and after that, it's better. And like the swelling that's in my skin goes down, and the thumping of these fucking veins that aren't supposed to be throbbing. You're not supposed to just be able to look at your wrist and count your pulse. You just have to hold it, feel for it. You couldn't really see it that well, but not anymore. It's perfectly normal too. If it's happening, it's perfectly normal, right? That's what we're supposed to believe. Whatever it is, if it's happening, it's perfectly normal. This huge cancer epidemic. Oh, it's because people aren't getting enough exercise. Oh, they're so lazy. They sit around and surf the internet all day. It's their own fault, really. They just get outside and get more of that fresh air sprayed out of the airplanes. Get some fresh air sprayed out the airplane and you'll be all right. Nothing like getting some good exercise out there, do some jogging. Maybe run around and play in the park for a while they spray stuff on you all day, every day. Wouldn't that be great? What a great nation we have, huh? So anyway, yes, I smoked a joint. No, I don't feel bad about it. Yes, I'm talking to myself. But who cares? Blah, blah, blah. The stuff will knock you out too. You got to be careful not to. You got to be ventilated in your area at least a little bit, and it's highly flammable. And strangely, if you get it in your eye, it doesn't hurt that much. Really, it hurts a little bit, but it goes away quickly. And if you make like mouthwash with it, to like 3 parts water to 1 part heat, it's still quite strong at that 25% ratio. But if you have an infection you feel coming in your mouth, or your a bad tooth, and it's in your gums or whatever, in your sinuses even, you make a mixture. I make a mixture of that. Okay, this is about ready to be mixed anyway. It's not quite enough water. Anyway, make the mixture of it, and it will neutralize those infections in me very quickly. I don't know about anyone else. I certainly wouldn't suggest that anybody do what I do, because I'm insane, obviously. Clearly, I'm insane by thinking that I'm doing alchemy by torching my underarms with the blowtorch, man. The blowtorch. It's hardcore, brother. Gen X is bad. Don't fuck with those guys. I put a flamethrower and blast myself. Ooh, it's quite warm. Probably raised 10 degrees already. I don't know where my digital thermometer went. This is still at a strong enough mixture, like 50-50 or so right now, to just use topically, and it doesn't evaporate quite so fast. But the thing to take away from about the methyl alcohol in the waters, especially distilled water, is that they're pure. They're purified so that they have a large carrying capacity for carrying toxic things away. Because in this day and age, it's not a lack of minerals that's got people unhealthy. It's not probably a lack of anything. It's an overload of bad things. It's not a lack of something good we need. Really, it's hey, we're going to poison everybody to death, but we're not going to tell you that, and then we're not even going to act like it's happening. Of course, and since we're the authorities, we don't acknowledge that it's happening, and you've got this, that, and the other thing. You've got COPD, you've got erectile dysfunction, you've got spina bifida, whatever the fuck you got. You have COPD, sir. Here's your inhaler. It's $199 a month. It used to be, $2.49 for one. You could buy it at the store on your way home for $2.49 for like, most of my life when I was a kid. I'm like, what's that? Oh, it's an inhaler. You could just buy it at the Minute Mart on your way home for $2.49, not pay $200 for your fucking little squirter thing of it. But I digress. Oh, the things I've seen as an old man. It's like fucking Yoda or something. Not actually fucking Yoda. I mean, like, I feel like I was Yoda. Except I'm getting fucked. My poor Yoda. He was cute when he was younger, though. Jedi and all that. I'm just kidding. Fuck Star Wars and fake-ass space. Okay, so where was I? Yeah. Alchemy. Fire. Well, this would be considered water because it's alcohol, but the alcohol is a fermentation process, so there's fermented alcohol. This is a rinse. This washes away the Negrado. It is alchemy, damn it, it is. Not because I say so, just because it fits the criteria, right? If you disagree, hey, say so. My comments are generally, well, I haven't been doing it lately, but I'll get back to it. I usually have the comments moderation turned off, just so people, I don't know if people know that. You can say whatever the fuck you want in my comments, and I'm not going to, I mean, unless it's just retarded or something, I wouldn't even consider removing it. It could be offensive as hell. You'd be like, you're a fucking retard, man. Fucking, how dare you, do this stuff. It's encouraging other people who might do this and harm themselves or something, which I'm not doing at all. I don't encourage anybody to do anything harmful to themselves. Things that I've concluded are based on my own observations and my adventure with Morgellons in discovering alternative ways of dealing with it. There, I feel better now. My heart doesn't hurt quite so much at the moment. I was burning too. The stuff that vaporizes off, they'll be more ready to go within minutes. I mean, it would go again right now and smoke, and I could do the same thing I was doing, just smoke and smoke and smoke. I mean, you could literally do it for days, and they still have hair. The real hair doesn't burn. Only the vaporous, fine, whatever, nano fur that's fucking coming out of every pore or something. Now you know why Jack was jumping over a candlestick. He was burning the Morgellons off of his fucking balls so that it didn't feel like he had testicular cancer or some shit. If, that were a thing or something, because when your balls hurt, it feels like you got testicular cancer or something. It's kind of upsetting as well as painful and debilitating, and it's, not generally something that you're going to want to go talk to the doctor about when you understand that they're a demonic cult of freaks that are experimenting on people, and they've convinced everybody of so much bullshit. It's insane. They rival NASA totally. I mean, I don't know which is bigger, the medical health industry lie or the space lie. I mean, they're both huge, one in a world way that, like, it's out there existential, and then the other one in an inward way with your own freaking body and your own health and your own energy and your own experience in this world. And it's just as big of a conspiratorial, it's just as big of a hoax. How can we poison and kill people just massively and, do this abortion campaign, this, sacrifice. It's a sacrifice. They're demonic people, doctors are. All of their symbology is, to Apollo, which is like, if you're a Christian or something, why would you ever go to a doctor that swears to Apollo? Abaddon, that is the freaking devil according to your own religion, and you're going to their medical services if you call yourself a Christian. I don't call myself a Christian, but I won't go use their medical services. Fuck that. You gotta be retarded to not have noticed, over the years, if you're at least over the age of 30, that the medical system just lies and lies and lies, and then they report, 50,000 people died from da-da-da, this, and a class action lawsuit or something, and then when nothing happens of it, or whatever, it's just, it's insanely corrupt and evil. The fact that people can't see it is beyond me, and it's, the CV to the 1-9er, that should have woke everybody up. But, some people get more entrenched. They're just like, no, the system's legit. I believed in it my whole life, and I'm not going to stop now. I'm going down to get some extra vaccinations right now so I can be healthy, not like my stupid neighbor. Right? Okay, that's it. That's all I had to say. I was talking about is this alchemy? Fire, water, fermentation, purification of the body, temple, literally. And so what? So fuck, yeah, literally. So I'm literal. I'm a literalist. Some of these things are meant to be taken literally. I honestly believe, because this is a serious health benefit for me. It helps me a lot. And it's not psychological only. The fact that I feel better helps me psychologically. That's how that helps. But I feel better because whatever this stuff is that just burns and smokes and vaporizes off of me leaves me feeling relaxed and less tension. Like there's this tension taken off of my skin surface. It's a physical, literal tension, like static electricity has descended and stuck to me. And I'm like, it's all over me or some shit. Literally. That's the closest approximation I can make of it. Static electricity. And it used to be quite noticeable. It would I could literally just feel it all of a sudden smothering me, years and years ago. It's not at that level anymore. But it's still at the level of, a high-pitched ring goes through my, I feel it physically in my head. Like, my ears start to ring, but at the same time, I can literally feel a line of that frequency going through my head, like resonating in theirs. Painfully sometimes. Sometimes it's just annoying. It's not usually an overwhelming, I got a headache. No, it's just like, or you're trying to concentrate on something and it becomes noticeable to you. All of a sudden you realize what's going on. Yeah, so thanks for that. And then the jetliner flies slowly overhead. I live in fucking Narnia, I swear to God. Okay, where'd my remote go? Okay, remote. Where'd the mouse? Where'd the mouse go? I'm done. That's the video. Schizo dumps.